Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my usual weekly technical analysis outlook videos in which I will comment on what I think will happen to some FX crosses and equities. As always, before I begin, I want to clarify that this is not a solicitation or recommendation to enter into long or short positions in the names that I will mention in this video, nor do I have existing positions in them. This is not financial advice, and if you're using this content as a guide to trade, you are doing so at your own risk. Alright, let's start. These are the names that I have covered in past videos, and I will do a quick review on each of them. In the later section of this video, I will also begin covering these new names. I've put in timestamps, so please use them to skip to the names that interest you. I last updated on Kiwi dollar in a video on the 11th of October and said that I will not cease coverage yet, just to see if the textbook target of the head and shoulders top is fully met. The textbook target of Kiwi dollar at 0.5688 was 100% reached on the 14th of October, and the head and shoulders top is now resolved. I will not cease coverage on Kiwi dollar just yet because I believe it may be forming a bullish pattern, a falling wedge. Now there are also other signs suggesting that it could go into a bullish reversal. I want to highlight that price action over here on the 14th of October formed a downside exhaustion candlestick, followed by divergence from the lower Bollinger. This bullish pattern falling wedge requires a breakout above the resistance trend line to complete, and upon completion suggests an advance of around 180 pips. I just want to make a note that the analysis in this video were made on the 17th of October when price has not closed for the week. Starting off with the coverage on Nvidia, it appears to be forming a rising wedge. Note that downside bias has increased after closing below the 20-day simple moving average and holding below it, and I believe overnight the price action on the 16th of October is a rejection at the 20-day simple moving average. Completion of this bearish pattern is via a close below the support trend line, and upon completion Nvidia will be technically bearish and suggests a drop of around 31.44. Breaking above the resistance trend line will invalidate this bearish pattern. Over to Microsoft, it may be forming a cup and handle top. Firstly, price action failed to hold above the Ichimoku cloud and has since closed below the 20-day simple moving average, both suggesting a lack of upside strength. Closing below the cloud will increase its downside bias. This bearish pattern requires a close below the support at 492.37 to complete and has a textbook target at 430.1. Alternatively, rising above 531.03 will invalidate this bearish pattern. I will begin coverage on Amazon. It is looking like a double top, but note that I'm using a weekly chart and the support to break to complete this bearish pattern is quite low at 161.38. So it could take some time before I update again on this name. I will discuss the target if Amazon completes this bearish pattern. Rising above 240 will invalidate this bearish pattern, but looking at the latest price action, ever since closing below the 20-week simple moving average over here in the week of the 22nd of September, price action has struggled to break back above this resistance, and after last week's rejection, and quite strong I must say, further downside is actually preferred in Amazon. I will also begin coverage on PepsiCo, a major rival to Coca-Cola, which I have covered in a video on the 4th of October. You can watch it here if you're interested. I suspect that PepsiCo may be forming a head and shoulders bottom on the weekly chart. If PepsiCo manages to close within the Ichimoku cloud this week, then I expect upside bias to improve. Now I say if, because currently the latest price action is as of 16th of October. There is no confirmed closing just yet. If it does, then upside bias is expected to prevail. Still, this bullish pattern requires a weekly close above 157.8 to complete. Falling below 138.59 will invalidate this bullish pattern. That's the end of my sharing. I will give updates to these crosses and names only when there are meaningful development, and in the next video, it will highly likely be on new crosses and new names. If you like what I'm doing, please help me out by giving me a like. Please subscribe and hit the notification button for more videos like this.